Most people don't fear strength, they fear consistency. They are not disturbed by talent. They are disturbed by discipline that does not break. Because talent can be ignored, luck can be dismissed, but a disciplined mind becomes unavoidable. And that is dangerous in any social system, because it cannot be controlled easily. Understand this clearly. A disciplined person is hard to manipulate, hard to distract, hard to emotionally hijack. That is why weak environments quietly resist disciplined individuals. Not loudly, subtly. They joke about them. They call them extreme. They label them obsessive. They say, relax a little. Why so serious? Live a bit. These are not invitations to joy. These are invitations to weaken your edge. Powerful discipline has always been misunderstood because it exposes the laziness of others without saying a word. Machiavelli would tell you something uncomfortable. If your discipline does not make some people uneasy, it is not strong enough yet. Because real discipline changes how you walk, speak, decide, and refuse. It creates behavioral sharpness. And sharp people are not socially convenient. Let us go deeper. Most people try to become disciplined by motivation. This is already a mistake. Motivation is emotional. Discipline is structural. Emotion rises and falls. Structure stays. The crowd waits to feel ready. The strategist acts on schedule. If you wait to feel like it, you are still owned by mood. And whoever controls your mood controls your output. A disciplined mind removes mood from the decision chain, not because feelings disappear, but because authority changes. You stop asking, "How do I feel?" You start asking, "What must be done?" This shift alone separates amateurs from dangerous individuals. Because once behavior is no longer negotiated with emotion, progress becomes mechanical. And mechanical progress is terrifying to people who rely on excuses. You must understand the social psychology here. Most people live in cycles of emotional permission. They permit themselves to act only when emotion agrees. They forgive themselves when emotion resists. This creates a soft life pattern. A disciplined mind removes permission from emotion and gives it to command. Command is internal law, and people who live by internal law cannot be easily steered by external pressure. That is why systems prefer emotionally reactive people. They are predictable. Discipline makes you less predictable, less influenceable, less steerable. That is where fear begins. Now listen carefully. Discipline is not waking up early, not cold showers, not routines posted online. Those are props. Real discipline is refusal power, the ability to say no repeatedly without emotional drama. No to distraction, no to impulse, no to ego invitations, no to validation traps, no to comfort bargains. Refusal is the blade of discipline. Most people cannot refuse what feels good now for what matters later. That is why their future becomes negotiable. When your future is non-negotiable, your present behavior becomes strict. And strict behavior looks intimidating to undisciplined observers. They feel judged even when you say nothing, because your control highlights their lack of control. Machiavelli understood perception better than most moral philosophers. He knew this truth. People do not measure you by your intentions. They measure you by your behavioral patterns. If your pattern is relentless, they assign power to you. Power is often a pattern, not a position. Let's go darker. Discipline is not only about doing hard things. It is about becoming emotionally unavailable to your own weakness. Most people negotiate with their weakness daily. Just today, just this once. I deserve it. I'll restart tomorrow. Weakness speaks in reasonable tones. That is why it wins. A disciplined mind treats inner weakness like a political rival, not a friend. You don't debate rivals. You outmaneuver them. You design your environment so weakness has fewer doors. Phone far away. Work visible. Time blocked. Triggers removed. Options reduced. Freedom is not built by adding choices. It is built by removing temptations. This is strategic discipline, not emotional discipline. and strategic discipline compounds. Now understand the intimidation effect. When you become deeply disciplined, three things change that people notice immediately. Your reaction speed drops. You don't respond instantly. You think. Your emotional volatility drops. You don't flare easily. You choose tone. Your availability drops. You are not always reachable. To weak personalities, these feel like dominant signals. Because impulsive people are easy to read. Controlled people are hard to read. And humans distrust what they cannot easily read. Silence with direction feels powerful. Another Machiavellian principle. Control of self precedes control of outcomes. People try to control results first, but results are downstream of behavior. Behavior is downstream of control. Control is downstream of discipline. So discipline is upstream power. Upstream power always looks slow at first, then unstoppable. Most people quit discipline because they expect applause during construction. But applause comes after completion, not during isolation. If you need applause to continue, you are not disciplined yet. You are socially fueled. Dangerous discipline is privately fueled. No audience required, no praise required, no announcement required. Work happens even when invisible. Invisible progress is the most threatening kind, because competitors cannot measure it. Let's talk about social resistance, because it will come, not as attack, as persuasion. Friends will try to normalize your old habits. Family will try to soften your edges. Peers will try to equalize your pace, not because they hate you, but because change creates discomfort in observers. Your discipline forces comparison. Comparison creates insecurity. Insecurity seeks reduction, so they try to reduce your intensity in the name of balance. Balance is often used as a leash word. Be careful. A weak person's idea of balance is a strong person's idea of compromise. Machiavelli would advise, never let the comfort of the group rewrite the mission of the individual. Now we go deeper into fear. Why does strong discipline actually scare people? Because it signals delayed gratification mastery. And delayed gratification predicts long-term dominance in almost every field: money, skill, influence, authority. People intuitively know this, even if they don't study psychology. When they see someone who can delay pleasure repeatedly, they see future leverage. Leverage creates hierarchy tension, even unconsciously. That's why jokes appear first. Mockery is the earliest defense against intimidating discipline. Robot machine too serious, monk mode guy, labels are cages offered by the crowd. Do not step inside them, let them label. You build. Another layer now. Discipline is also emotional temperature control. Weak minds run hot, disciplined minds run cool. Heat reacts, cool calculates. If someone can provoke you, they can steer you. If they cannot provoke you, they must outthink you. Most cannot. So they retreat. Emotional control removes handles others can grab. No handles, no leverage. That is feared. Let's talk about Machiavellian solitude. Not loneliness, strategic separation. Periods where you reduce social noise to increase internal command. Most people fear silence because silence exposes internal disorder. Disciplined minds use silence to build internal order. No noise. No chatter. No constant input. Just planning. Correction. Execution. Silence is a training ground for authority. If you cannot sit alone with your goals, you cannot command your life around others. Here is another uncomfortable truth. Discipline requires identity shift, not habit stacking. If you still see yourself as trying to be disciplined, you will fail under pressure. You must see yourself as a disciplined operator. Identity precedes consistency. Say, this is what I do, not what I try. Trying negotiates. Being executes. Machiavelli believed identity signals shape treatment. When you carry yourself as controlled, people test you less. When you appear negotiable, people push you more. Discipline changes posture, literally and socially. You speak less loosely, promise less quickly, agree less automatically. Fewer yes answers increases perceived weight. Scarcity increases authority. even in speech. Now understand the final layer. The goal is not to become harsh. The goal is to become unmovable. Harshness is emotional. Unmovable is structural. You don't need anger. You need standards. Standards enforced calmly are more frightening than anger expressed loudly, because anger burns out. Standards persist, and persistence is what ultimately scares undisciplined minds, because they know, deep down, they cannot outlast you. Most people think discipline is about effort. Machiavellian discipline is about position. Position means you design your life so the right action is easier than the wrong one. Not willpower every hour, structure once. Weak discipline says, I will resist distraction. Strategic discipline says, I will remove distraction. Door closed. Notifications off. Time blocked. Energy scheduled. You don't fight temptation every minute, you reduce how often it can reach you. That is higher intelligence discipline. Now understand another layer most miss. Loose people talk goals. Disciplined people hide goals and show patterns. Talking releases emotional satisfaction. Working builds real advantage. When you speak too early about plans, your brain feels fake progress. Drive drops. Execution slows. So dangerous discipline is quiet. Less announcement, more execution. Less display, more accumulation. People get nervous around quiet builders because results appear suddenly. But nothing was sudden, it was hidden. Let's go into social power. When you become highly disciplined, your yes becomes rare. And rare yes has value. Undisciplined people say yes fast, then fail later. Disciplined people say yes slow, then deliver hard. Over time, trust shifts toward the slow yes person. Trust is power. Reliability is influence. Consistency is reputation armor. Machiavelli cared deeply about reputation, not popularity. Popularity is emotional. Reputation is behavioral memory. People forget charm. They remember patterns. If your pattern is sharp, prepared, and controlled, your reputation becomes heavy. Heavy reputations create psychological pressure before you even speak. That is silent dominance. Another truth now. Discipline also means emotional non-reactivity to praise. If criticism can break you, praise can control you. Both are levers. If someone can speed you up with praise, they can also steer you off path. So you accept feedback, but you don't feed on it. Fuel comes from mission, not applause. This makes you hard to manipulate with approval. Very few people reach this level, and when they do, others feel it instantly. You cannot guilt them into distraction. You cannot flatter them into weakness. That looks intimidating, even if you are calm. Final layer. Discipline is not about becoming cold. It is about becoming directed. Warm heart, hard schedule, clear standards, non-negotiable execution. You don't become less human, you become less scattered. And scattered people are ruled by events. Directed people rule outcomes. If you build this kind of mind, some people will feel inspired by you. Some will feel uncomfortable around you. Both reactions mean the same thing. Your structure is visible. Keep it. Stay steady. Stay precise. Stay private with your grind. If this helped you think sharper and build stronger inner control, stay connected here. Subscribe if you want more deep mind strategy. Comment what topic you want next. Share it with someone who needs stronger discipline but weaker excuses.